This is Troy Lewis, and I'm the lead pastor of Steamboat Christian Center. And this is Vision Moments, an inspirational video cast that provides vision, insights, and growth opportunities for you to stay resourced, connected, and engaged in our vision to love God and to love people. Can't wait for you to hear today's episode. Here we go.
Hey, my name's Charley Hill, and I'm the executive pastor here at Steamboat Christian Center, and I'm super glad you joined us for Vision Moments. Now, SEC Vision Moments is an inspirational video cast that provides vision, insights, and growth opportunities for you to stay resourced, connected to SEC staff and leadership, and engage in our vision to love God and love people. Have you ever been reading through the Bible and a phrase or a verse just hooks you because you can tell that even though you don't understand it right at the beginning, that if I dig a little bit and I mine a little bit and understood what it's saying, it's probably going to change or improve my life in a way, and everything could be different. And there's this little verse in Hebrews that's done that for me, and I think it might have some encouragement for you. In Hebrews 4:11, and it just says, this little phrase, it says, make every effort to enter His rest. And even when I say the word rest, you can almost feel some of us go, oh, if I could just get some rest. And there's a lot of different kinds of rest, aren't there? Like Julie Lewis, our associate pastor, she always says, sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is take a nap because sometimes we're just physically weary. But this is talking about a different kind of rest that we need, a soul rest, because before and until we find Jesus, our soul is weary and restless and tired. And so there's what the author is talking of Hebrews is talking about here is a rest that comes from finding the peace of being in relationship with Jesus. And so when Jesus, who did the work on the cross, said, "It is finished," what was finished was the work so that we could have a relationship with Jesus and find soul rest. Now, that's what the context of the verse is saying there, that make every effort to find this kind of rest. But here's what I want to get at. What's implied in that, that goes deeper than that, is that once you find that soul rest of where you were once apart from God, and now you can have peace with God, there's this ongoing living that out, that you would continue to live in an increasing way that benefits from that rest. Now, there's an interesting dichotomy in the verse. It says, did you catch that? And this is what really hooked me. Make every effort to enter that rest. Rest and effort seem to be almost entirely opposite, because when you talk about rest, you think that's the absence of effort. So why does he say it that way? And underneath there's this really cool reality and encouragement to you and I. Because I think he's saying that because there's an encouragement to increase the peace. And if I was going to call this something, I would think I would call it increase the peace. Because you and I are going to have to actually do something to live out and operate in that rest. Now it says enter that rest, and it implies to enter it and continue operating in that rest. And so if you're going to make every effort and intentionality are the same thing. It's how I will do my day-to-day life, living out the reality that I have rest and peace with God and going forward, so that no matter what challenge I face, no matter what circumstance I'm in, I can say that today I'm going to be intentional about doing the next thing or the next step to walk with God in this rest that He gives me. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but on an ongoing basis. But I think somebody who's following Jesus ought to be experiencing that more and more. And I can tell you, there was a time where I was under, as a lead pastor, all this pressure to have this vision. And I spent a couple years, because without vision, people perish. God, you got to give me this vision so that the people will follow. And finally, I just threw up my hands and I said, God, I don't really care about all that. All I want to do is love you and love people. Whoosh, I could feel like this huge exhale this place of rest where God was going, yeah, let's do that. Quite frankly, you know what rest with God looks like, living it out day to day, is loving God and loving people. And so the prayer is, Lord, I want to operate in the rest that you give me and just do this in a comfortable, life-giving way. So that would be my encouragement to you today. And the vision moment would be that you would increase the peace by going at your day, maybe even using this resource that we've provided here that you can access twice a week as something that will help you understand this rest that God has for you. There was one other thing that said in that verse. It said, His rest. It means it's a gift for you that He would like to give you. And so that's our prayer for you and my prayer for you this week, that you would operate and move in that with intentionality each day. So let me pray for that for you. Lord, I pray that for those whose souls are restless and need to find you, that they would and find your rest and peace. And for those of us who are walking with you day to day, increase the peace, increase the rest, and let us love well you and other people. In Jesus' name.